Chapter 3. A Glimpse of Kindness. Eli's world began to shrink after his brother left for college. The house, though noisy, felt emptier in places that should have been filled with warmth. His siblings became busier, two working part-time jobs, one caught up in friends and weekend trips. His parents grew quieter, the lines on their faces deeper, their words sharper. Eli learned to keep his head down, to exist quietly without bothering anyone. But there was one person who always noticed him, his grandmother. Grandma lived in the small bungalow next door. She was slow, her steps short and careful, her cane tapping rhythmically against the ground. Yet whenever Eli appeared at her doorway, her face would light up with the kind of smile that made him feel, even if just briefly, like he belonged somewhere. "You're too quiet, boy," she'd often say, shuffling to make him tea. No good comes from feeling invisible. Eli would sit by her porch, listening as she told him stories of her own childhood, of how she was the youngest of 8, often left behind, overlooked, forgotten. "I know your sadness," she whispered one afternoon, her bony fingers brushing his hair. "But the world has a way of noticing the quiet ones when the time is right." He learned things from her, simple but useful things. She taught him how to grow sweet potatoes in small pots, how to sew loose buttons, how to patch a broken fence with leftover nails and with scraps. With her, Eli didn't have to force conversation or try to be interesting. She saw him, even in his silence. Days turned into weeks, and Eli began to spend more time at her house than his own. She encouraged his small victories, fixing a broken stool, repairing her ancient clock, even cooking a decent rice porridge. She'd clap softly and say, "See, you've got clever fingers. Someday they'll do things no one will forget." For the first time, Eli felt pride settle into his chest, like a gentle warmth that stayed long after he'd left her house. He started walking taller, his shoulders straighter, even though no one at home seemed to notice. His siblings still ignored him, his parents still brushed past him, but it didn't matter as much anymore. There was one person who thought he was worth something. One evening, after a day spent planting herbs in her tiny backyard, Grandma leaned back in her chair, her breathing heavier than usual. "Your heart is good, Eli," she said softly, her hand resting over his. "Don't let this world make you bitter. You wait, boy, your moment will come." Eli smiled, tucking the words into his heart like a secret treasure. But a week later, while Eli was fixing a broken drawer in her kitchen, his grandmother pressed a hand to her chest, her lips tightening in pain. Her cane fell to the floor with a hollow clatter as she slumped into her chair, struggling for breath. Panic gripped Eli as he scrambled to her side, calling out for help. His voice, so used to being quiet, came out hoarse and desperate. His heart pounded as neighbors rushed in, his mother screaming from the porch. And as they carried her away, Eli stood frozen, fear sinking its claws deep into him. What if the only person who ever truly saw him was slipping away?